here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Anthony Edwards.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. And for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Handle out there with Gobert, and it's Conley in at the point. Oklahoma City shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That one is off. All right, Brent, a fresh season of NBA basketball. How excited are you?
Oh,
man, Kevin, on a scale of 1 to 10, can I go 20? I mean, we've been waiting for these games to start for months. The offseason seems endless, and there's always drama about player movement, who's going where, and expectation, but nothing better than getting that ball thrown up. And let's see these guys go at it.
just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Holmgren. Just 5 on the clock. Dort passes to Holmgren. Takes a 3. The rebound by Edwards. And so Edwards will bring it up for Minnesota. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City, where they were able to handle the Thunder.
And they scratched out a close win the last time these two teams met. I think their ability to attack and create foul trouble for the opposition was a real factor.
Well, it was, because they got to play a lot of the second half against the second unit. The guys that ordinarily would have been out there were stuck on the bench with all those fouls.
Here's Conley after Oklahoma City gets the 3. Gobert, no good.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Here is Edwards after the made shot from Chet Holmgren. Edwards kicks to Gobert. Out to Edwards for 3. Connect. From 3-point range.
And you have to stay up on Edwards out there, which is dangerous because he's so good at going right around you.
Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. The kick out to Williams. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort wide open. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
Well, if you're looking for a 3-and-D player, Dort plays D, and there's your 3.
Edwards can't hit.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Pass to McDaniels. Taken away by Williams. And here's the fast break. Holmgren leading the way. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, "We've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup." Kevin?
DA, the versatility. That is pretty special. Over to the wing. Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Holmgren with a screen on Randall. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. They get it back. Here's Holmgren. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Holmgren's got 6.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Edwards against Dort. Edwards passes to Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Now Randall can get up there with the best of them. It's a quick move.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. And there's Holmgren. That's good on the assist from Williams. He's got 8.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Gobert dishes to Randall. Back to Gobert. Timberwolves passing it around. Randall no good. Williams finds Holmgren. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Covered by Conley. And again, it's Chet Holmgren.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there. The physical play.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
It's his first trip to the line.
3 shots.
And he sinks the second. And he makes all 3. Outside Edwards. What a shot! Amazing!
Unreal.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close.
And so it's Chet Holmgren making things happen for Oklahoma City. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. We've got more in store for you right after this. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Thunder.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
On the floor for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second quarter. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. Gilgeous-Alexander lays it up off the glass.
Gilgeous-Alexander is such a tough cover, especially at his size.
In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They've built from within. They've built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with the coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's pretty magical in OKC.
Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute. And sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
Here's Conley, and the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the summer league record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
Out to Conley. Hits the three-point bomb. Conley's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Have to get out on him. He'll burn you from there repeatedly.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires the 3. The Thunder with another miss.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Happy to see that one go in for a second make in 5 attempts.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Over in the corner, McDaniels. Offline with his 3.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. That's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Offensive rebound. The kick out to Williams. Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Drains it from beyond the arc. And now a 12-point Thunder lead.
And Dort getting it done from the corner.
Randall dishes to Gobert. And there's the call on Chet Holmgren. That is his first foul of the game. Brett, would you say the point guard is considered the toughest position to play in basketball?
You know, Kevin, I think there's been a massive shift in what the point guard represents in the NBA game. I mean, how many teams over the past couple years that have won championships have played with a traditional setup guard? What we're looking at is duos that can dribble, pass, and shoot and devastate defenses.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. And Gobert kicks to Conley. Just 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Here's Randall. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Hartenstein with it. Conley picks him up. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And great recognition. Holmgren saw the open floor and took advantage.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction. Conley with a wide open look. Knocks down the 3 ball. Conley's got 6 points.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Stolen by Conley. Outside, Edwards. Randall outside. Back to Edwards. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. It's Williams with the drive. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Yeah, Williams found the penetration and then committed to the drive completely.
Gobert with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. From outside the arc. Conley's shot is off. From deep, Williams. The shot comes out. And so it's Oklahoma City, 13 points up at the end of the period. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
I think for Oklahoma City, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason. Yeah, you have.
And let's move on now to that first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Where's the...
And that is a wrap.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Chet Holmgren has been sensational.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively. But he's going to keep going at it.
They've got Dante DiVincenzo. Joe Ingles is out there with Miller. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Reed in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Back to Mitchell. Caruso kicks to Mitchell. Shot clock at 5. High post try. Caruso, no good. Timberwolves trail by 13. Pass to DiVincenzo. Puts up a deep 3. Rebound by Williams.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And stolen by DiVincenzo. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Williams. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Thunder lead by 15.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And it's Miller in the corner. Another miss by Minnesota.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Ingles. Pass to Reed. Launches it. Rebound by Wallace. The Thunder leading by 17. Reed with the block. And he gets it back. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And Caruso's got the ball here for the Thunder. Wallace right side. Outside Williams. It's stolen. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Alexander Walker with the ball. Now defended by Mitchell. And here is DiVincenzo. Here's the 3. Buries it from three-point range. DiVincenzo's got 5 points.
Sometimes you run the two-man game, but nothing happens other than you having to make the play. Dante did it that time.
Timberwolves trail by 15. Reed finds Miller. Now here's DiVincenzo. He has 5. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And it's Williams. That time the assist by Wallace. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a break?
Williams. First personal foul. First team foul.
1:22 left in the third quarter. Williams against Reed. Shot clock at 6. Here's the lob to the hoop, and Reed throws it down.
DiVincenzo being a connector out there now.
Pass to Williams. He had stolen by Ingles. And now the Timberwolves on the break.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set. And you can get some easy baskets here.
Oklahoma City leading by 13. Finishes the break with a slam.
Sometimes it's that first couple of steps, and DiVincenzo was off
The Wallace. No good on the triple. Minnesota with the ball. They're on an 11. It down to single digits. DiVincenzo's got 11 points here in just the second half. Well, Thunder have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Here's Williams, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
For Oklahoma City, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. Both teams will make substitutions. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 12 seconds left in the third. McDaniels finds Conley. Now Gobert. Back to Conley. It's stolen by Hartenstein. And so it's Oklahoma City. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've set the tone. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
And sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So the Thunder 5 right now. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. Williams is out there with Williams. And it's Hartenstein in at the center, filling out the middle.
And this is how confident Dort is, knows how effective he is off the catch.
Outside for Randall. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Thunder leading by 12. Williams for three. Gobert pulls it in. Randall down low. Gilgeous-Alexander covering.
Randall with massive improvement over last year and could beat you in so many ways that he has confidence in now. What a flood.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively. Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Timberwolves trail by 8. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Alexander Walker, he's checked in from Minnesota. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Michael Conley. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thank you, David. Williams outside. Kept alive. It's good on the putback. Hartenstein's got his first bucket of the night. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. Boxing out, they're getting up extra shots. That could be a difference maker in the result.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Timberwolves trail by 10. Here's Alexander Walker. The shot from the low post is good.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Shoots the three. And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Dort. And it's 8 points for Williams.
Has to be some expectation that Williams will take that shot. He has the green light for three-point land.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Out to Edwards. Back to Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Gobert, no good on that free throw.
And Gobert knows his role on this team. Rebound, block shots, and look to score near the basket. And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And Randall throws it down.
Randall, without the ball, seeing some room where he can make an impact, rolls there, and does a nice job on the finish.
DiVincenzo kicks to Gobert. No one near Randall as he lets it go. His three-pointers off the mark. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander against Edwards. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he ends up making the second, and that'll push the lead to double digits. Minnesota's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Up top, DiVincenzo. From the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Over in the corner, Dort. Pass to Williams. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And Dort gets it to go.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Edwards can't hit. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
And Dort gets it to go.
And Lugansdort, one thing you appreciate about him is he brings that competitive juice every night.
Clearly a foul.
Williams. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
At the line for your Timberwolves, Alexander Walker.
And so, Alexander Walker nails both of them. Puts up a deep three. The shot will not fall. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know.
tip-off, Doris. It feels like the league is in a great place.
There is no doubt, BA, absolutely. To me, more talent in the league right now than potentially we've ever had before. And I don't just mean star talent. There's a depth of quality skill across the board. We know the shooting has revolutionized the game. It's going to be a fun year.
All right, let's check out San Antonio's starting lineup. Sohan and Wemby are the bigs. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Chris Paul, and it's Vassell in at the small forward position. Three-pointer, and DiVincenzo with a basket on the assist by Randall.
Yeah, Julius Randle has a good feel on the offensive end, on time and on target with the pass.
Sohan, it's blocked by Gobert. Fast break, Minnesota. Outside, DiVincenzo. Outside for Randall, beyond the arc, counted from distance.
Well, Julius Randle has put in time to grow his ability to make three-point shots. Nice delivery.
And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And BA, you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Both free throws good from DiVincenzo. The Spurs have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Randall, good. Randall's got 5 now.
I just love the ball movement.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. Talking with him about De'Aaron Fox, I asked Coach what he wanted his guys to do against him, and Coach said to not give him room to run. De'Aaron is dangerous when he's attacking lanes and leaking out in transition, so we need to limit those opportunities. So it sounds like they're aiming to slow the pace down. We'll see if it works for them.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Now here's DiVincenzo. He's got 5. And it's Randall with the jam.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Here's Paul. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Here's Sohan. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Jaden McDaniels picks one up.
And I love the physical play from Sohan inside, mixing it up with the defense and drawing the foul.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. To the inside. Here's Randall. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 9 points in the game.
Impressive. 5 straight makes. Love the play calling here.
There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, BA, because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. The Spurs making their last shot. Gobert passes to DiVincenzo. Driving in. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Now here's Randall. He just couldn't put it together in that loss to Indiana. DiVincenzo can't hit.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
And Vassell, the bucket, on the assist by Wembanyama.
And when wings take it down low, good things happen.
There's 1:17 left to play in the first. McDaniels passes to Randall. DiVincenzo against Paul. Shot clock at 6. Right side, DiVincenzo for 3. Randall. San Antonio with a rebound. Last time they came together was in Minneapolis, where they fell to the Timberwolves.
It really just wasn't a fun game for them. Their offense looked stagnant, and they couldn't get anything going.
I thought they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
Now here's Paul. Still no points. Gets it down to single digits.
Yeah, hats off to Fox. He really has upgraded that three-point stroke.
Edwards, the pass to DiVincenzo. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Back to Edwards. Pass to Gobert. Outside McDaniels. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And talk about payback. He hits the revenge triple.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
Tipped. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by McDaniels. Paul from deep three-point land. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. It's... Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Well, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Timberwolves team out there.
It's simple. When you can protect the rim the way they have, it's a big advantage.
Total intimidation that first period. That is what has helped power them to this early lead.
Ebb is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's deep. Vincenzo in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time. Brian, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie. Now here's McDaniels. This is the most they've led, 13 points. Shot clock at 2. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Well, Doris, we've heard Anthony Edwards declare himself as the best player in the league.
Well, BA, when you got the game to back it up, you don't mind putting yourself out there. And Anthony Edwards has charisma, highly skilled, and he's fearless when it matters most. Look out for the Ant-Man.
Here's DiVincenzo. San Antonio getting their last shot to go. To the wing, right side. Gobert finds McDaniels. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. For 3, Randle. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Spurs trail by 11. Here's a 3 from Paul. Randle pulls down the board. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. And there's the lob. Gobert goes up and brings it down.
But with 7-footer Gobert, the alley-oop finish, my goodness, the Skyfall Tower for the score.
Pass to Paul. The 3-ball. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. Minnesota leading by 13. The drive by DiVincenzo. Takes the 3. Sinks the tray. DiVincenzo's got 12.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
It's a one-on-one situation. And count it. Now 5 for 7. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Minnesota.
Yeah, they're just attacking on defense, getting those hands out and knocking the ball free. I really like their energy defensively.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition. Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
And it's Randle with the jam.
Making plays at both ends of the floor, and it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And this is how dangerous Wemby can be from deep. You gotta respect his range.
Here's Edwards. Sohan with some nice D.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Here's Fox. Wow, the athleticism of Fox.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Randall outside. Here he goes. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Wembanyama's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Fox for 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. McDaniels got his 4th rebound in this one. Out of bounds, it'll be Spurs ball. And a chance now to look at the schedule for San Antonio. On Thursday, they'll be matching up against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Drew Holiday and the Boston Celtics.
They have a nice string of home contests coming up. This team has been fantastic in their own house, so a great chance to put together a few wins right now. And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You gotta keep him out of the paint.
Randall, a screen on Wembanyama. It's McDaniels on the wing. He drops it from range. McDaniels got his 2nd bucket on the night.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. DiVincenzo on the wing. He's guarded by Paul. Outside McDaniels. And he's going for the lob. Paul with a steal. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. Fox for 3. Doesn't go that time. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's Minnesota up by. Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the 3rd quarter.
A lot of bricks out there. Reminds me of my free throw shooting. Enough to build a house. Come on, man. Take it to the paint. Man up.
And now, not a bad. Thanks for tuning in.
Just about ready for the 2nd half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been quite a game for Dante DiVincenzo.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting the 2nd half with. Castle is out there with Jordan McLaughlin. Then it's Harrison Barnes. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Castle. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Alexander Walker with the bucket. And we've seen the league ramp up the series model where teams play each other in the same arena twice in a row. What do you think, Doris?
DA, I absolutely love this. And more importantly, the coaches seem to engage highly in it because they feel to a certain degree it brings you a level of almost playoff-like repetition.
Reed passes to Ingles. Back to Reed. Ingles controls the rebound and the putback.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Outside Barnes. From deep. Champagny, the pass to Barnes. On target from range. Barnes has got 5 now.
With that deep stroke, I like Barnes' ability to switch between the 3 and 4 spots. 2 distinct things in terms of spacing on the floor and the requirements of the jobs.
And the shot goes in. Alexander Walker's gotten 4 this quarter.
And they're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Outside Barnes. Here's the three. Alexander Walker grabs the board.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And now the T-Wolves on the break. That one drops for him.
Boy, Naz Reid able to concentrate and finish despite incredible defense.
And Naz Reid has proven to be a matchup nightmare for opposing big men, Doris.
He has, BA, and the reason is he's bigger and stronger than most 4 men. Traditional 5s are too slow to stay with him. He can space you out to the three-point line, or he can punish you on the inside. Naz has got big-time game.
Here's Alexander Walker. Ingles from outside. Rebound by San Antonio.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Miller outside.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Right side Reed. Clock at 6. Pass to Ingles. Another shot. To the right side. Goes up on the wing. He can't hit that time. Spurs trail by 19. Back come the Spurs in transition. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And if you want to know which players had the most success from distance last season, here they are. Mike Conley, 3rd.
He shot with nearly unmatched confidence from the arc last year. And the numbers and his position on this list clearly reflect that. You love the frame and the length Castle brings to the guard position.
Now here's Conley. He's covered closely. And the layup is good. And the Timberwolves lead by 21.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Pass to Mamukelashvili. Knocks it down from distance. Mamukelashvili's got 5 points in the quarter.
Good vision by Castle there to find the open man.
And that one's good from Conley.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Intercepted. Champagny, the pass to McLaughlin. Here's Champagny. From behind the arc. Reed with the rebound.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Outside, Ingles. There's 25 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter here. Back to Conley. 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Barnes. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. And the basket by Castle.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Here's Conley. Drives to the hoop. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Minnesota. Feel it. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with... Oh, my! Wow! Way up there in the rafters!
No one is stopping that. Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. Here we go. The 3, DiVincenzo. No good on that one. He's 5 for 8. Spurs trail by 20. Wembanyama scanning the floor. Pass to Sohan. Fox outside. This one for 3. Rebound Minnesota. And after this one, they're at home against Phoenix. And that'll put them halfway through a 3-game homestand. Wembanyama against DiVincenzo. Here's Gobert. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Outside McDaniels. 3 on the clock. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
The Timberwolves lead by 22. Back to Randall. Oh, he trains it. His 6th make in 9 tries so far.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Here's Sohan. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 7 tonight. Edwards, the pass to DiVincenzo. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
And there's no question Wemby loves competing. Shots like that prove this.
McDaniels. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Pass to Gobert. From the arc. DiVincenzo can't hit. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the Spurs. Outside Wembanyama puts up a deep 3. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Outside Edwards. And several years ago, the NBA introduced the Supermax. How do you think it's worked out, Doris?
Yeah, I think every decision, Brian, that the league makes is trying to make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity for a championship. This particular implementation has made it easier for small market teams to retain their stars. And think about it. Even if someone signs it and then gets traded, at least those teams get an opportunity to get big draft capital. That's huge.
For San Antonio, they've gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the 4th.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Timberwolves.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. For 3, DiVincenzo sinks it again. That's his 7th made field goal in 11 tries.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
I loved watching Fox get his revenge like this. A great triple.
DiVincenzo finds Randall. And score it. That now makes him 7 for 11 in this game.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And stolen by Paul. 3-pointer, Fox. Edwards pulls it in. Knocked loose. Stolen by Vassell.
And they're ahead right now because they're working so hard on the glass.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
Allie, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and slow-paced basketball, you've come to the wrong place. These teams love to run.
Oh, they love to run. I mean, these teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
Now the starting group for San Antonio. Paul and Castle comprise the backcourt. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. And it's Biyombo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Barnes, no good. Williams against Vassell. And Williams punches it home.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. And the ball out of play. The Thunder will have it. And now we go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with Mark Dagnall.
Coach knows that defending against Chris Paul can be maddening, especially for players. He said he's stressed to his guys to not reach or stick their arms out, saying, quote, once you do that, Chris will rip through or create contact. Before you know it, you're in foul trouble. Seen Paul do that many times before. Back to you, Brian.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer pro-am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Outside Barnes. Counted from distance.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. And it's Ball picking him up. The shot by Dort, no good. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul. Now here's Paul. Looking at his numbers, currently he's averaging around 9 points a game. There's a screen by Biyombo. Paul passes to Biyombo. Yes, and it's Paul with the assist that time.
A playmaker on a totally different level, Paul can cut defenses to shreds with his play calls.
Lets it go from 11. And too long on the shot. For San Antonio, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Pass to Vassell. Outside Paul. There's a screen by Biyombo. Lets it fly. Paul shot is off.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Out to the right wing from deep. Holmgren. Hartenstein. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Paul.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. The Thunder with the rebound. What an impressive regular season they've been having, getting to 60 wins.
When you talk about magic numbers for a team, 60 wins means you're having an historic year. In fact, we've had stretches longer than 5 years without any team winning 60. So it's really hard to do.
Now here's Paul. Yet to see a basket. Down low. Here's Barnes. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Savvy play by the veteran Paul. He knows how to use the pick and roll to set up his guys.
Stan, it feels like the hardest part of team building is getting a superstar. The Spurs have one.
Well, they sure do, B.A. San Antonio was retooling for a few years, and then they won that 2023 lottery and draft Victor Wembanyama, a superstar, and now it's about surrounding him with the right guys.
1:02 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Castle doing some damage on the offensive end, putting up a little over 14 points a game. Paul for 3.
And just refusing to give up second chance points. Excellent defensive rebound.
Williams against Vassell. Williams passes to Holmgren.
And you know, when you have the size and skill of a guy like Chet Holmgren, you're gonna draw fouls.
Oklahoma City shooting their initial free throws of the game here. Grant, how about the rise of OKC in just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed?
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Now here's Vassell, still without a bucket.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Pass to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And so it's Chet Holmgren making things happen for the Thunder between his scoring and rebound. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Thunder.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. Paul and Castle comprise the backcourt, and it's Biyombo in at the 5. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Spurs trail by 8. Here's Castle. And Gilgeous-Alexander with a block.
Impeccable defense from Gilgeous-Alexander. For a guard, he blocks a fair amount of shots.
6 on the shot clock. Castle for 3. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
Oh, the determination from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense is elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game. What? Wait! Hey, dunks are always for the big.
Oh my goodness!
What a dunk!
And that's creativity. Gilgeous-Alexander continues to amaze.
Vassell outside. Pass to Paul. Barnes with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Castle. Dort defending. And Castle with the 3.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's got 9. From deep, Holmgren. Rebound by San Antonio. Defeated by Detroit in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, they found some decent looks, but the shots just weren't falling. Sometimes it goes like that.
Seems like they did all they could, and sometimes it still doesn't go your way.
Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. 32 points for him last game against Sacramento.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
Barnes with a screen on Dort. Here's Paul. Dort grabs the miss.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And with both teams fighting for playoff position, this is as intense of a regular season as you'll see, Grant.
Oh, B.A., you can feel what's at stake here in the arena. Both of these teams will treat this like the postseason. The playoffs start now for them.
Back to Biyombo. And Biyombo slams it home.
One of the best playmakers we've ever seen. CP3's sense for when to pass is legendary.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. They get it back. Hartenstein, no good.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Daigneault said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 9 points in the game. Ooh, Shea showing no fear inside.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Here's Castle. Dort defending. Here's Biyombo. The putback. It's good on the putback. Castle's got his second basket of the night.
As usual, he's right there to save the play. Nice timing on the tip-in.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Gilgeous-Alexander. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
That one on Biyombo.
Yeah, what's special about Gilgeous-Alexander is how shifty he is, which also makes it so tough on defenses.
Both free throws good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
2-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Pass to Castle. Outside Barnes. No good with the triple. Fires from way outside. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. So we conclude the first half. Oklahoma City ahead. They lead by 13. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And guys, I want to talk for a sec about the talent level in this league. In fact, I'd say it's never been better.
You sure about that, aren't you?
Now, looking at where we stand after 2 quarters, it has been a difficult game for the San Antonio Spurs.
Well,
thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
They've got Cason Wallace. Williams is out there with Williams. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Caruso in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Now Gilgeous-Alexander, 13 points in the game. It's stolen. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
A little raw skill-wise, but Sohan has that rare physical traits and a tremendous upside.
Williams from long range. Rebound San Antonio. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Stan, one of the most impressive streaks in sports history. The San Antonio Spurs, one of the smallest markets in the NBA, making 22 consecutive playoffs.
Yeah, Brian, there's nothing that I respect more than consistent success year after year. I think it's harder than having that one great year. What San Antonio did in those years is incredible.
And they had a great sideline reporter, I hear, too.
Good-looking guy.
Flagler, he's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Champagnie shot is off. Oklahoma City leading by 11. Pass to Williams. Here's Flagler. Wallace outside. Just 4 to shoot. Williams in the post. McLaughlin with the rebound.
That halftime break didn't seem to do them any favors, starting off the second half with 3 straight misses.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of those. Well, I'm sure this wasn't what they planned coming out of the locker room. They need to calm down and regroup. Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Here's Flagler. To the middle. Here's Williams. Drops in the layup for 2. Williams has got his first points of the game.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass. Oh, wait. Big finish. Big time. And man, did they need that.
You can tell he's trying to get him going with that dunk.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
Spurs trail by 7. Pass to Champagnie. Tipped.
A remarkable defender. Caruso also uses his deceptive vertical to his advantage to come up with blocks. Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
1:25 left in the third quarter. Here's McLaughlin. Here's Sohan. And the three-pointer goes. Sohan's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
After a brutal first half from the field, their shots are finally starting to fall.
And there's the call on Jeremy Sohan. That's his first foul.
3rd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
To the paint. Here's Williams. The rebound by the Spurs. It's the last meeting in a 4-game road trip. Pass to Sohan. And the layup is good off the glass. And now it's just a 4-point Oklahoma City lead.
Look, if I'm one of his teammates, I just keep getting him the ball. He has been lights out.
Caruso finds Williams. Here's Flagler. Back to Caruso. 6 to shoot. 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Can't cash it in from close range. Right wing. And it's Sohan off the drive. And that one is stuffed right through.
So assertive on the take. Sohan is relentless when he sees a lane open up.
Pass to Wallace. Banked it in off the glass.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Here's McLaughlin. sinks the tray. McLaughlin's got 7 points for the quarter.
And you look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stats. These guys have come out with a different mind.
It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of threes. Thunder out in front. They lead by 1. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. All right, on the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. Paul and Castle comprise the backcourt. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. And it's Biyombo in at the center, filling out the middle. And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now. So it's Oklahoma City now. Outside, Williams. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Running the show, Gilgeous-Alexander is talented as a passer.
Now here's Biyombo. Back to Paul. We've played just over a minute here in the fourth. No good on the triple.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, SGA! Finishing the drive.
And this is Shea's game. Attack, get to the rim, and finish.
Here's Castle. Dort defending. To the inside. That's tipped. And stolen by Hartenstein. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth.
Yeah, a defense has to be very aware of Gilgeous-Alexander's attack mindset. He wants to get to the rim and do maximum damage.
Ball against Gilgeous-Alexander to the middle. Here's Biyombo. It's good. The assist that time from Paul. Paul's got 4 assists now tonight.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Good. And that basket makes him 8 for 14 for the game.
Well, that's his first 3 here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
Thunder leading by 6. Williams from long range. Hauled in by Paul. Paul's got 4 rebounds now. Vassell outside. There's the triple. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got 6 rebounds in the game. Williams finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target with the 3. Spurs trail by 6. Castle for 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
If you get open, Paul will find you. Chris has the best vision in the game.
Pass to Hartenstein. Soft touch off the glass. San Antonio's gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Here's Barnes. Holmgren with the block.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves spotting away shots just like this.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's a 7-point Oklahoma City lead. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You gotta love that intensity.
And you also have to respect the pride they take in playing defense. They've been able to get some takeaways because of their activity level.
Spurs trail by 7. Biyombo with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Barnes, it's good.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren.
road, so Holmgren no stranger to the pressure late in this one.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Paul. Down low. Here's Biyombo. Yes!
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Holmgren, the pass to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. The shot, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's a three from Paul. Great D that time from Holmgren.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Dort. Here's Holmgren, and he floats it in for the easy two. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, So entertaining to watch, Grant. What's your favorite part of the early goings?
You know, BA, take your pick. Rookie development, team chemistry building. Plus, you wait all off season to see how your team measures up.
Timeout.
Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for Naz Reid.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring output. That extra production making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. And for the Thunder, the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. And opening day here for both of these teams, Brent Barry, the fans are full of optimism.
Well, the seeds have been planted in the offseason, Kevin. What's about to bloom for these franchises as the year goes on? I mean, lots of movement around the league, but it's about the growth of your favorite team and watching these storylines play out as teams march towards the playoffs. A long ways away, but tonight's where it starts.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ballgame. And the jump. By Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is... feet tall. He's a threat to throw it down at any time.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, I did speak briefly with Oklahoma City's head coach. Their team's main focus tonight, well, it starts with all-star Anthony Edwards. He said Ant is an incredible player. He's so physical. We have to throw multiple bodies at him. It's got to be a team effort to keep Edwards in check. An ambitious game plan. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And it's the Thunder with the ball, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. 6 to shoot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Jaden McDaniels.
Gilgeous-Alexander can hit you with a lot of moves, tricky to defend.
And the first one drops. Brent, it seems like throughout his career, Gilgeous-Alexander has an answer to whatever the defense might throw at him.
Well, the defenses don't have answers to stop him, Kevin. I know that. This guy is so quick. with the basketball. He's so good at adapting on the fly with the ball, getting around the initial defender to make plays. Superstars have that quality. SGA has it in spades.
And Williams slams it in.
So quick in that open floor, Jalen Williams.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Randle outside. To the middle. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And how about they don't waste any time matching that throwdown with one of their own.
A show of their determination right there. Holmgren gets the bucket.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
Edwards drives in, lays it up and banks it in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Now here's Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Holmgren. Trying to get open is Hartenstein. And Holmgren the bucket on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing by 2. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Three-pointer, Randle. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. It's Dort on the wing. He's defended by Randle. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. That one's off. He starts the game with the miss. Edwards against Dort. Edwards passes to Randle. Pass to McDaniels. And stolen by Williams. Here's Dort. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And just making it happen. Williams with active hands defensively to jumpstart the fast break.
Tipped away. DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Back to DiVincenzo. Edwards dishes to Gobert. Outside for Randle. Shot clock at 6. Gobert with a screen on Holmgren. Oh, the lob to Gobert. And now turn it over. He could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. Looking at the last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to Indiana. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander creative and tricky on that play.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game. Edwards looking it over. Drives to the hoop. And he slams it down right on top of Chet Holmgren.
Oh, my. What a huge flush by Edwards. Showing off right now.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. It's stolen by Randle. And now the Timberwolves on the break. The shot's good from DiVincenzo.
And DiVincenzo likes to get out into the open court to try to make something happen.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. From outside, off the mark.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's
a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Thunder lead by 2. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Thunder.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
On the court for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Gobert, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard. DiVincenzo against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Gilgeous Alexander's got 7.
Revenge. Alexander coming right back for 3 of his own.
DiVincenzo can't hit it.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
Williams from outside, and again Oklahoma City with the triple.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
A nice shot by McDaniel.
And sometimes the simplest play is the best one. DiVincenzo made it.
The kick out to Williams. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. Drops in the breakaway layup. DiVincenzo's got 5 points now this quarter.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Gilgeous Alexander against DiVincenzo. Goes up on the wing. And it's Gilgeous Alexander missing. Brett, there can't be any question now that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Holmgren in the corner. 5 on the clock. Inside, Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Edwards passes to Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
And all of that size rolling there after that screen. Gobert moves now with such confidence when in the pick and roll.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
A bad attitude growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. Dort against Edwards. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
For Oklahoma City, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And Brent, you hear some players now having their shooting motion analyzed with optical recognition. More data for the shot doctors.
Well, Kevin, information is one thing, but disseminating that information and being able to communicate that to a player is really where the rubber meets the road. How are you going to help him grow with that kind of analysis?
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Wallace with the ball. Now defended by Randall. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Julius Randall picks one up. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves?
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
To the middle. And Randall throws it down.
Randall getting up there, explosive vertically on that play with great timing.
Caruso against McDaniel. And that one's good, Caruso.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Gobert finds Randall. Pass to McDaniels. Here's DiVincenzo. Floats it up for Randall. And Randall throws it down.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. Here's McDaniels. And he comes up with the deuce. Now it's a 4-point Minnesota lead.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking and makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Alex Caruso.
And he's good on the second. Now DiVincenzo. Here's Randall. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
Julius Randle getting it done for the Timberwolves. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display.
Their offense is flowing. Guys are getting into their spot. The ball is finding them. Great execution so far, guys.
I'd say our... Now let's take a moment. Thanks for spending half...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
You know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
You can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
We've got Williams. Mitchell is out there with Wallace, and it's Alex Caruso. And it's Williams at the power forward position. And that's who Mark Daigneault starts the second half. Conley gets the bucket.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Thunder trailing by 7. On the wing, Mitchell. Williams dishes to Wallace. Pass to Caruso. Clock at 6. Williams a screen on Ingles. Stolen by Reed. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Alexander Walker with the ball. Wallace is there.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. And he drives in. They get it again. The kick out to Williams. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Ingles. Out to Miller. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. Pass to Reed. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Conley, the pass to Miller. Ingles with the screen for Miller. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Now, here's Mitchell. At the elbow, Williams. Count that one.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Timberwolves leading by 7. Conley, the pass to Miller. Here's Ingles. And the layup's good off the glass. Ingles has got his first 2 points.
They're playing working to perfection there, if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
It's stolen by Ingles. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Alexander Walker.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Timberwolves have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Conley with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Ingles in the corner.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Wallace outside. To the paint. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. With a pause in the action, let's show you the teams that were best from the line last season. The Thunder in 4th.
This was a good group of free throw shooters last year, something they really worked on in practice. And sometimes that's the coaches calling for it, and oftentimes the players doing it by themselves.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And the growth that Shea has shown over the years, it has come on so fast with how he has improved. He's adding to his game.
And he makes both free throws.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Here's Reed. Sweet move, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And looking now at some numbers for Jalen Williams. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 19 points per game last year, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And so much of what they do on offense depends on how he plays.
Well, he attracts serious attention from the defense, and that really does open up the backside for a lot of his teammates to take full advantage. Makes it pretty tough on the defense who you're going to pick to send to the free throw line. And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Here's Holmgren.
And something I like about Holmgren is his ability to run the floor. A 7-footer who can get up the court in a hurry and get to the rim before the D gets set.
And he knocks down the first one.
Taking 2 shots.
Holmgren hits them both. .111 left in the third. Here's Conley. Drives to the hoop. Ingles in the corner. Good D by Holmgren.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Drills it from outside. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points now in the quarter. Here's Alexander Walker. 40 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Miller with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 to shoot. Back to Conley. From downtown, the Timberwolves again can't hit. Under trailing by 6. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
Lobbed up there for Miller. Taken away by Williams. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Minnesota. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Rudy Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 1.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Thunder trailing by 3. To the inside. Edwards with the block.
And the athleticism of Edwards helping on defense, capable of getting up to block shots.
McDaniels kicks to Randall. Randall with a screen for Edwards. Back to Randall. Misses the layup. The Thunder shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. And it's Jordan off the drive. And there it is for him.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
DiVincenzo against Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's DiVincenzo. Defense is right there. Over in the corner, Randall. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
He lacks defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
They now take the lead. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Gilgeous-Alexander has blossomed into this forceful guard. Just look at this performance.
Edwards with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. And it's out of bounds, and last touch by Holmgren. It's stolen by Hartenstein. It's Dort on the wing. Edwards defending. Dort passes to Hartenstein. Outside Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, Dort. No good on the 3. The Timberwolves trail. Here's DiVincenzo. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander.
DiVincenzo coming into the league wanting to prove that he belongs. He's done more than that. It's about building his confidence now.
So he gets them both. The Thunder have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Gilgeous-Alexander against DiVincenzo. Pass to Dort. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got folks. The coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal.
Second team foul.
Officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. And getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. Now, he was quite encouraging in the huddle. He said, look, you're fighting out there, fellas. I can see it. I need you to keep giving everything you have. Bring this one home. See if they can pull it off. Guys?
Thanks, David.
And this is Edwards' game, man. When he's aggressive and trying to score, it really puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Anthony Edwards. 2 shots.
Good on the second free throw.
He's shaking his head moment there. Had a chance to put them out in front, but at least they're tied up.
Here's Topic, defended by DiVincenzo. Driving in, shots good by Topic. Topic has got his first points of the night.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Outside Williams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
There's a lot of things that they love about Jalen Williams, but his polished all-around game is something appreciated. He can fill the roles and fill the holes for whatever they need to do.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
Here's Reed, and the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
Reed with a screen on Williams. Handle no good. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Out left to the wing. Here's Holmgren. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Important free throw opportunity here, and this is where a young player like Holmgren has got to show that the work is paying off.
Hartenstein, he's checked in for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Topic.
And the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
DiVincenzo passes to Reed, and it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Minnesota making a switch here. Gobert's check.
Number 27, Rudy Gobert.
Dort against Edwards. Got 3 off the mark.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up, so maybe just a step too far.
And it's out of bounds, and last touch by Holmgren.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Pass to Alexander Walker. And the officials calling for a 3-second. Violation. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. For 3, Williams. Here's Hartenstein, and the dunk by Hartenstein.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and they pick up 2.
From Newton's door, Julius Randle.
So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they
Celebrate Noche Latina. All right, a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Naz Reid.
He's been on a tear offensively these past few months, and you know how much they love the extra points he provides. He's been shouldering a bigger load recently, and I think he's just getting started.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Ed is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. And for San Antonio, Sohan and Wemby are the bigs. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Chris Paul. And it's Vassell in at the 3. Now here's Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Fox. Edwards, the pass to McDaniels. Shot clock at 5. Throws it up high. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. You know, in game 2 of a back-to-back, just how drained are you from yesterday as a player?
You know, BA, proper rest and stretching can help a lot. But you're not going to be your usual self at the start of game time. Believe that.
Now here's Paul. Inside. Hoop poked away. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. Now the Timberwolves with it. Randle outside. Outside, DiVincenzo. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Sohan with the ball. He's picked up by Edwards. The shot by Sohan, no good. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Outside, DiVincenzo. Lays it up and banks it in.
Hey, take it right to the defense. Not a bad way to start this game.
Here's Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And part of what makes Wembanyama so dangerous, a big guy who can push the pace.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Moments ago, Greg Popovich and I were able to chat. I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Randle against Paul. Back to Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Picked by Gobert. To the middle. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Fox for 3. Kept alive. Sohan tries again. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. The Timberwolves trail. Pass to DiVincenzo. Now Randle. Gobert finds Randle. DiVincenzo with it. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Daniels. Takes a 3. Outside for Randle. McDaniels a screen. Randle, the pass to Edwards. Second chance shot. The rebound by the Spurs. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. To the paint. It's intercepted. And it's Paul off the drive. Pass to Wembanyama. To the left side wing. Count it. Good. Wembanyama's got his third basket on the night right there.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
DiVincenzo against Fox. McDaniels passes to Gobert. DiVincenzo against Fox. Clock at 4. Here's McDaniels. The kick out to Edwards. To snap the cold streak. Nails it from 3.
Well, the work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Man, the defender really went after him.
San Antonio shooting their first foul shots of the night. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Yeah, he's a fearless player. I mean, Sohan not afraid to give up his body to give his team a better chance.
It's Edwards on the wing. Outside, DiVincenzo. The 3. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Fox. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Can't lose sight of Fox or allow him to feel comfortable looking to score this close.
And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Trailing by 5. He takes it in. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It goes on Chris Paul. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. The free throw drops for Randall.
Well, Julius Randle has made it clear he has big aspirations as a player. And what you love is he's going to invest the time to make his game all that much more dangerous.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see.
Tie game in San Antonio. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. All right, guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Well, coming into tonight, maybe you thought they were going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Nope, that's not the case.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
On the court for the Timberwolves, second quarter underway. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. Here's Vassell. Nails it from beyond the arc. Vassell's got his first 3 points of the game.
The team counts on Vassell for this, a reliable producer of three-point buckets.
Grant, compared to some of the flashier scorers, Devin Vassell has a more workmanlike approach.
Yeah, he can quietly drop a big game on you. He doesn't draw attention with stylish plays and big circus shots. He just grinds it out by finding his looks.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Victor Wembanyama is looking to make the Spurs a contender. He said, "My hunger is bigger than ever to win and compete. I can get so much better, and this is what I'm trying to do every game, every week, and every week."
Gobert goes up and brings it down.
Well, the 7-footer Gobert, the alley-oop finish, my goodness, the stifle talent with the score.
And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
DiVincenzo, the pass to Randall. Three-pointer off the mark. And for the Spurs, they're shooting efficiently, 50% so far. Picked up by Sohan. Pass to Vassell. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. The shot by Sohan, no good. The Timberwolves have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Outside for Randall. Outside, DiVincenzo. Driving inside. Outside Edwards. Lets it go from deep. Edwards making it look so easy from deep.
They're shooting nearly 50% from beyond the arc, and their confidence is growing. And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Even though he's just 6'3", Fox can really get up, including slamming it down in style.
Here's Randall. Out to the right wing. Outside McDaniels. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And they've really been more consistent from the field this quarter.
All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Gobert passes to McDaniels. Here's Randall. Driving to the basket. And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow, Julius Randle getting downhill and leaves no doubt.
Spurs trail by 7. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, the body control and balance from Wemby.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Edwards, a pass to DiVincenzo. Pass to Gobert. Randall against Paul. Randall inside. Yep, count it. Randall's got 9 points now in the quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Paul passes to Vassell. 50 seconds left in the second quarter. The shot by Wembanyama, no good.
With the defense absent, that was a great opportunity, but no go.
The three, DiVincenzo. Rebounded by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Fox for 3. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. The Timberwolves lead by 7. And here's Edwards. 17 points in his last outing. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
You love the anticipation there. Made sure to box out, knew where the ball was going, and doesn't let anyone impede him from pulling in the glass. Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
Randall is screen on Fox. From deep three-point range, and no good. Trying to get that one to fall. What a performance for Julius Randall. He has been the story for the Timberwolves. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. Back after this.
I like how they've been eating the glass. Figuratively, no one should eat glass.
Just barbecue chicken. And now let's take a glimpse. Thanks as always.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Julius Randall has been sensational.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
Jordan McLaughlin out there with Castle. Then it's Harrison Barnes. And it's Mamukelashvili in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Here's Ingles. Soft touch off the glass. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
I'll tell you, this guy recognizes when driving lanes are available. Joe Ingles waits until it opens and then seizes the opportunity.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Pass to Miller. Reed to screen on Barnes. Miller, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Barnes against Miller. Here's Conley, and he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Boy, don't let the small frame fool you. Mike Conley's so tough on the interior.
And so he makes both from the line. Stolen by Reed. To the inside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Minnesota shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the first one at the line is good.
2 shots.
Miller hits them both.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. McLaughlin passed to Mamukelashvili, and he jams it after taking a nice feed on the run.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Here's McLaughlin. He's guarded by Conley. Down low. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
There's the 3. It doesn't go for him.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Kicks it out to Barnes. Pass to Castle. For 3. And Barnes the bucket on the assist by Castle. Now just a 1-point Minnesota lead. To the middle. A slam dunk by Reed.
And Naz Reed not only gets off his feet, does it in a hurry and with some strength.
Shot from the wing. Tips it up. Controls the rebound and the putback. Castle's gotten his first bucket of the night.
How about the anticipation and the timing there? He is all over it.
Outside, Alexander Walker drains the triple.
There's a reason Mike Conley's teammates love playing with him. If you're open, I promise he'll find you.
Here's Castle. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you.
Oh, what a quick first step. Barnes beats everyone to the rack. That is all she wrote.
For 3, Conley. It's hauled in by Mamukelashvili. For San Antonio, they've gone 8 of 10 in the third and looking in control. That puts them in the lead. Castle's got 6.
Yeah, this is where Castle likes to find his points, closer in to the hoop.
Outside Conley. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter here. Miller finds Conley. Clock at 6. Shot from the low post is good. Conley's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Hey, this guy is competitive. He's tough, and he'll play through contact. Mike Conley doing work inside. Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. Now here's Gobert. He's guarded closely. Edwards looking for an opening. And he's going for the oop here. Back come the Spurs in transition. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Yeah, what you like about Barnes in transition, he's equally proficient getting to the rack or setting up for the jump shot.
Randall on the screen. For three, DiVincenzo. It's hauled in by Mamukelashvili. Mamukelashvili's got his 4th rebound in this one. Castle for three. And he can't get that one. That concludes the 3rd quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Greg Popovich addressing his team.
The way we keep a lead is to keep...
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the 4th quarter could have more action in store for us. And Greg Popovich has called timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Greg Popovich's huddle. He tried to loosen the tension a little, asking his guys, are we having fun? I know I am. Just relax out there and follow the game plan. We've got this.
And Allie, thank you for that. On the court for the Timberwolves. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point.
And you see how fluid Wembanyama is. 7'5" guys shouldn't be able to move like this.
Great open look there.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Oh, Fox gets up and throws it down.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team.
Ooh, he really came close to leveling the score there.
Oh, he had it in his sights. He wanted it. That bucket would have been huge.
Ball passes to Vassell. They get it back. Wembanyama, the big man, Wemby for 2.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Pass to Gobert. Back to DiVincenzo. Ooh, too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for San Antonio.
Yeah, they were so aggressive from the start, getting the ball into the painted area. Now, they stuck to their game plan, and it paid off.
The other thing that's been impressive is really just relentless driving the basketball. Doesn't matter if the defense is there, they are challenging them and getting it done.
Out to DiVincenzo, just 5 to shoot. Outside McDaniels. 3-pointer, no good. Spurs lead by 4. 2 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Vassell against McDaniels. Now here's Vassell. The D's right on him. Here's the 3 from Paul. Buries it from 3.
Chris Paul has put in countless hours making sure he is a deep threat. That is a big-time delivery from 3.
The drive by DiVincenzo.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. DiVincenzo against Paul. Fox outside. The 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. DiVincenzo pass to Gobert. Back to DiVincenzo. Knocks down the triple. Now just a 2-point Spurs lead.
How about Gobert with the find? On time and on target. Nicely done, Rudy.
And it's Fox missing.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Randall, pass to DiVincenzo. To tie it up. Pass to Gobert. To the paint. It's stolen. Ball against DiVincenzo. Sohan outside. To the inside. Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
No fear in this young man. We're already getting a sense of Wembanyama's killer instinct.
Randall is screen on Fox. And he lobs it up top. The dive for the ball. And stolen by Paul. Pass to Sohan. And the big dunk at the end of the break.
And really a two-way force in transition. Sohan will run out on the break, and he can get back quickly on defense as well.
Here's Edwards. He connects. And now they trail by just 4.
We know this about Anthony Edwards. He is fearless in these moments. That's a big-time clutch delivery.
Vassell outside. Outside Paul. 5 on the clock. Inside. Here's Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And not intimidated at all. Wembanyama showing up in a clutch moment.
DiVincenzo against Fox. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It goes on Chris Paul. First free throw is good, and that brings him within 5.
At the line for the 2.
And that's good as he hits both shots. And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for San Antonio. Floats one up, and he lays it up and in. And the Spurs lead by 6.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And so it's San Antonio with the W. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
You get the coffee, because that's the way to close.
Tipped off, Richard. How important is it to get things off to a good start?
I'd say it's fairly important, but this is a long season, Kevin. It's about sustaining a high level of play consistently.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander following the shot by Chris Paul. Gilgeous-Alexander against Vassell. Over in the corner, Dort. Here's the fast break. Wembanyama leading the way.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
San Antonio shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. The first free throw is good. I'll tell you, Richard, you watch Jeremy Sohan. He can really do it all.
Yeah, power forward by trade, who's even played point guard at times. He's a great defender and a team player. He's the kind of guy you win with.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Buries the long-range jumper.
Incredible range from Gilgeous-Alexander, making a tough shot look easy.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. It's deflected, and it's out of bounds, and last touch by Holmgren. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, I caught up with Greg Popovich. We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player. Guys?
Thank you, David. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low. Ooh, put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the basket by San Antonio. Pass to Holmgren. Over in the corner, Dort. Just 5 on the clock. Hartenstein with it. He's picked up by Paul. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
Richard, last season marked the 5th consecutive year that the Spurs missed the playoffs.
And this drought came directly after their historic streak of 22 consecutive playoff appearances. But the silver lining in this stretch is that it allowed them to draft a generational talent in Wembanyama. This is the thing about Fox. He has the length to do damage on the inside.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 5. From deep. The shot, no good. Spurs have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Fox. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You will gladly take those.
And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
Holmgren with the steal. 1:27 left in the first. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Down low. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Paul. Shot clock at 6. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. And a deep three from Fox. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
It's tipped. And now the fast break. Fox with the ball. Vassell kicks to Paul. Wembanyama sets a screen for Paul. No good with the triple. Oklahoma City trailing. On the wing, Williams. Defended by Sohan. Williams a screen on Paul. Holmgren the pass to Williams. And the slam by Williams.
Improving how versatile he can be. Holmgren, fantastic dime in the screen and roll.
Pass to Sohan. And the rejection by Holmgren. And he recovers it. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Volanos. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
When you pile up the blocks earlier in games, it really can affect the other team. They lose confidence offensively.
And also, how about how disruptive they've been on defense? Not allowing the opposition to get comfortable and also being able to create a lot of steals as well.
Taking a look at the Thunder. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. Now, here's Fox. 6 points for him. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. Sohan the pass to Paul. 6 to shoot. Oh, Wembanyama spacing the floor.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving it.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Spurs?
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And I really like how they move the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists. Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
San Antonio with the ball. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. De'Aaron Fox stays in attack mode. He says people don't want to guard somebody that's going to attack them on every possession. Can't get that break. You can't take any plays off. His speed, Kevin, that is a lot to deal with all day long.
A ton, David, to deal with. No question. DA, thanks. Richard, during his rookie year, Victor Wembanyama had a game with 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 blocks, and 5 made threes, a 5-by-5 for the ages.
That was the first time someone put up those numbers in NBA history. Wemby is going to continue to do things we have never seen before.
Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
Pass to Wembanyama. Clock at 4. 11 feet away. And the Spurs scoring again.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Fox looking it over. To the paint. Here's Sohan. And the rejection by Holmgren. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooting.
Now, Sohan. He has 6. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's Hartenstein in the corner. Outside, Dort. And the layup falls.
Very good inside. Dort's got great upper body strength.
San Antonio leading. Here's Sohan. Count it. Sohan's got 8.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
Williams inside, defended by Paul. Williams gets the bucket.
Okay, when you let someone with this height get this close, it's going to be nearly impossible to stop, especially when he has that big of an advantage in this category.
Now, here's Vassell. He has yet to score. 3-pointer. That's good from Williams on the assist by Holmgren. Holmgren's got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
Dort against Fox. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They are a hot team right now. 7 consecutive wins and looking for number 8 tonight.
You can feel the energy in the air around this team. They know they are on a roll, and they are committed to keeping it going as long as they can.
Remain San Antonio ball.
20 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Wembanyama. That one good for 2. Wembanyama has got 10 points now just in this quarter. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the San Antonio Spurs. All right, thank you, David. Folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Sometimes we overlook it, but the defense has been stingy tonight, like a bee, just stinging you.
Now let's take a moment. And that is it for half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
We've got Barnes, and it's Castellan at the 2-guard spot. That's the San Antonio 5. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Okay, HB, I see you still pack a punch. That's an impressive finish.
GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
His size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
Here's Barnes. Good on the bucket. Barnes has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Now here's Caruso. Guarded closely. That one's not going to go. Barnes against Mitchell. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. Number 1, the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
Lets it go from deep. That shot misses. San Antonio leading by 3. Pass to Castle. To the wing right side. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Here's Caruso. The rebound by Champagnie.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting 1 of the past 4 shots to fall.
Here's McLaughlin. No scoring in this one. And the basket is good. And it's a 7-point Spurs lead. And something that every NBA player has now that maybe they didn't a couple years ago, RJ, their own personal trainer.
Well, it's just a beautiful investment of your own resources back into your body. I love that players are hiring chefs, dietitians, sleep aides, and the teams are hiring. I love every aspect of that.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us?
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Here's Champagnie, defended by Caruso. 5 to shoot. Champagnie passes to McLaughlin. Here's Castle. Ball is covered. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Caruso looking for an opening. Scores after the quick crossover.
Oh, it takes real skill. For Caruso to get in and around that contact, that's tough.
Here's McLaughlin. Makes it off the glass. McLaughlin's got 6 here in this quarter.
These are exactly the kind of shots they want to generate each and every time down the floor.
Under trailing by 7. 1:02 left to play here in the third. Mitchell in the corner. Back to Caruso. Clock at 6. And he drops it in from the low post. Caruso's got 6.
Oh, it's not an easy look for Caruso in with these threes, but somehow he gets to go.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Here's Caruso, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And Caruso's athleticism just jumps out to you, especially when he's up there finishing.
Offensive rebound. Pass to Castle. Barnes screen on Wallace. Back to Barnes. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. For the Thunder, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 14 points for him. From deep three-point territory, the rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the inside, Sohan finds Fox. Paul with the 3. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Fox has got his 4th assist in this one. The third quarter comes to a close. Spurs lead by 8. And we've got more action coming. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
and he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
And they continue to control the glass.
Sohan. Wembanyama looking it over. Over in the corner, Paul, 6 to shoot. And there's Wembanyama on the assist by Paul. Paul's got 4 assists now tonight. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now guarded by Fox. Over to the left wing. Hartenstein finds Holmgren, and the 3 ball is good.
And I love the competitive edge Holmgren plays with, coming right back with his own triple.
Dort against Fox, and that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Holmgren can't hit. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the Spurs. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. A nice shot by Sohan. Sohan's got the lead up to 12 now for the Spurs.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And the league limiting players from making public trade demands, which I guess makes sense. It's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot. Keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leaving.
Paul against Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul looking around. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Got one on Holmgren.
The thing I love about Chris Paul is that he is so focused on making his teammates better. Every team would love to have a floor general like that.
Both free throws good from Paul.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Wembanyama for 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Wembanyama's got 10 points in just the second half. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Paul against Williams. The shot's good from Paul. Paul's got 4 points this quarter. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for San Antonio.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
Under trailing by 14. 3-pointer. Shot's good by Williams.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Spurs.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this victory will draw them even in the season series as it comes to a close.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Victor Wembanyama.
And what effort he had on the boards, displaying some great fight, willing to battle down low.
Wembanyama with it. Williams picks him up. Vassell against Dort to the middle. Here's Sohan. And the dunk by Sohan.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They won this game going away. Thanks so much, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Richard Jefferson.